While the manufacturing sector continues to enjoy steady growth in Indiana, filling jobs at some of those companies continues to be challenging. On the education side, trying to keep up with changing technology can put schools at a disadvantage. Now, a manufacturing company in Lafayette is working to change that. Pleased to be joined by Larry Fultz Jr., co-owner of Cutting Edge Industrial Technologies. And Larry, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Interesting. We talk a lot about the skills gap here, and your company really gets right at this. You are a machinist by trade, and as you were getting into the machining process, you read something from Jay Leno, and that kind of sparked this whole idea for a company, right?
Correct. Yeah, there was an article that Jay posted online about calling all machinists, and about how he likes to have the parts made for his cars made by machinists in the traditional way that they were made. And at the time, he couldn't find anybody to make these parts. So it took him, I think he said 9 months before he found somebody who was retired to make the part for him.
It began the click in your head saying this could be an opportunity. And essentially what your company does now is you provide schools who are now strapped for funding many times on a number of fronts, the ability to put technical training and those types of programs together, implement them at an affordable price. Give us kind of your business model.
Correct. Well, the idea is kind of much like going to Staples. So you go to Staples, you buy a printer, you bring it home, you unbox it, you plug it in. Our goal was to do the same thing. The school would order one of our machines. They'll get it, they'll unbox it, put the wheels on it, plug it in. If they know what they're doing, they're operational in 30 minutes. If not, then they go to our website. And that's where we're different from the other companies doing the machines, is we're actually helping move forward in the education part of that.
How challenging is it for schools, for high schools? You know, years ago it was shop class.
Right.
And now we hear companies all the time talk about the lack of workers, skilled workers coming out of the high schools and colleges and those types of things. How challenging is it for schools now to implement really good programs?
I think right now what we're finding is everything comes down to budget. You know, 20 years ago, you could justify a $20,000 machine having in a machine class. They can no longer do that anymore. So you got to keep it affordable. For one, you know, you can't raise taxes just to bring it in there. And two, these programs have already been in many schools. They've removed them. So trying to get it back in and prove to the parents that this is something that they need to do is you know, a little harder.
I know you're getting a lot of getting some traction, a lot of interest around the state. Lafayette Jeff High School, I know,
Correct.
is an entity that's very interested in what you're providing, right?
Correct. Lafayette and as well as West Lafayette High School.
How does this get at, in your view, or can this get at the skills gap? We hear from manufacturers all over the state of all sizes, big, medium, and small, that they can't find the workers they need. How does your program, your company, perhaps provide part of that answer?
Well, ideally what we're looking for is to get something where the younger students are involved in the program. We step them through a beginner, intermediate, advanced course. And then we've been talking with educators around the state that we could offer a senior level class and a NIMS certification, or a National Institute of Metalworking Society certification. That would allow senior students leave high school and go directly on the shop floor. And the people who put them on the shop floor would understand that this person knows what they do, know what they're doing, you know.
And one of the challenges you mentioned off camera is the fact that some schools have machines, but the students really don't get the hands-on experience that they need.
Right, we're finding even at the university level it's that way as well. You know, they get a machine, you know, whether it's a $50,000 machine, $100,000 machine, $200,000 machine. Some of these are very expensive, but they're also very expensive to maintain. So many times the student gets to write the program while the instructor runs it for them.
Yeah, so this is a chance for that hands-on. And your customers basically are high schools around the state, right?
Correct. High schools and middle schools, that's where our ideal market is.
All right, very good. Well, it's a company that is based in Lafayette, Cutting Edge Technologies, really a company that's focused on the skills gap in our state. Larry Fultz Jr. is a co-owner of the company. Larry, thanks for joining us, and keep us posted on progress.
Will do. Thanks for having us.
All right. Well, a reminder, all of our Eye on Education segments can be found at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. And if you have an interesting story idea, please send it to segment producer Shannon Dawson at sdawson@growindiana.net.
What really distinguishes BGD is that it is one of our core values to put client service